Hello there. What does Christmas mean to me? Well, in childhood, it meant presents. And one memory I always have from childhood is looking out of my mum and dad's living room window, and the path that led up to the front door was all glistening and gleaming. And now, whenever I see an icy pavement, it takes me right back to that Christmas. I remember my mum would get up early and light our coal fire before I got up so everywhere was nice and warm, because in those days we certainly didn't have central heating. I remember ice on the windows, and I mean on the inside, not the outside. I can remember one year having a Terry's orange, and we all thought that was amazing. What is this thing, a Terry's orange? My dad always had a cigar at Christmas time. He didn't smoke any other time of the year, only on Christmas. And the smell of cigar smoke always takes me back to Christmas time. I remember having a Babycham. So
Tut tut.
I looked in Tesco the other day, and they still actually sell Babycham, and it's still the same wee Bambi thing that's on it with a champagne glass. So I haven't tasted a Babycham for a long time, but I do remember having that when I was quite young. There wasn't really any real mention of Jesus. We didn't go to church. We didn't have any nativity scenes or anything like that. So that's a big change for me now, because now I know the real meaning of Christmas, and it overwhelms me, the thought of what happened at Christmas time. I love nativity scenes now. This one here being my favourite one. It's made with olive wood from Bethlehem. And this is my favourite one, although I do have loads now. And I don't understand how I could ever have lived without them, actually. They just mean so much now. Excuse me just while I have a wee look at my notes. I cannot sing the powerful and magnificent Hark the Herald Angels Sing without it catching my throat every time, because it is so powerful. And before I would have sung that song, it's just another Christmas carol, but now it's just amazing. It's just changed Christmas completely for me. What your memories are?
Yeah, well, my household was slightly bigger than Lorraine's. Lorraine was an only child, and I was one of 7. I had 4 older brothers, an older sister, who pretty much, what I remember, always worked. So any other time other than Christmas, there was never a time when everybody was together in the house. But at Christmas, everybody was together, and I remember that as being a special time, because everybody was in the house. My parents always had a nativity set. My dad, he wasn't particularly handy, but he made this beautiful nativity set out of a box that held oranges. He wrapped it in kind of blue crepe paper, and he cut a little star and he put a light bulb behind it, and he had nativity figures about 8 inches high, and he put kind of snow on the roof and stuff, and he sat it in the window, and it was, everybody remarked about the nativity scene, pride of place on the window. A negative thing I remember about Christmas is my older brothers and my older sister and my dad all smoked, and it was a tiny living room we were in, and they were all smoking, and the video, sorry, it was cine films in those days, the cine films that my dad took, the air was blue. I mean, I was probably passive smoking, 60 cigarettes per day. Couple that with the coal fire that used to throw out embers onto the carpet, and the carpet in front of the hearth was burned. I remember my mum on Christmas Eve making the dumpling, and that kind of lovely Christmassy smell of the fruit and the spices and the suet. She had to make such a big dumpling that she had to use a pillowcase to hold it as she boiled it in the pot. What I also remember is Christmas didn't really seem to start for me and most of my friends until kind of Christmas Eve, because there wasn't this commercial concept of Christmas now starts in mid-October, because the shops want to sell you stuff. But what I remember is it was kind of Christmas Eve was was a kind of build up that week, but Christmas Eve was the start of Christmas for us. I used to go to the midnight services, not because I really wanted to go, but I just went because everybody else was going. And like Lorraine says, didn't really get the true meaning of Christmas much then. But since about 2002, things obviously changed, and now that we understand and follow the true meaning of Christmas, as Lorraine says, we have our nativity sets up, and we're focused more on the not the physical gifts that we get at Christmas, but the gift that we received from Jesus' birth, then his death and resurrection, the gift of salvation we got. And that's just priceless. We just think that is absolutely amazing. It's a family time for both of us now as well. We just love having the family here, albeit this year's difficult because we have to follow the restrictions. And our daughter, who lives in Germany, and her 2 grandsons and her husband, they can't come this year. So it'll be kind of half family celebration. But I suppose we should be grateful that we can have our local daughter, our partner and our granddaughter here at Christmas as well. Presents, well, that's kind of difficult this year as well because there's not as much shopping takes place, but good old Amazon is always there. So Lorraine and I have had this kind of debate recently about turkey for the Christmas dinner, and over the years, because it was traditional, and Lorraine and her mum, depending on who took a turn to cook the Christmas dinner, they would always have turkey, and I was never a real fan of it, but because it was traditional and because Lorraine and her mum were cooking it, I ate it. So I happened to mention a couple of weeks back about we've tried every kind of turkey. We've had the kind of cheap variety, we've had frozen, we've had the one that comes in a box with a thermometer.
We've never had frozen.
Sorry, beg your pardon. Right, okay, I'll start again. We've had every kind of turkey, and culminated in one that was about, I can't remember how, it was so expensive, it had its own thermometer, and I've even tried stuffing butter under the skin and everything, and we've never managed to get a turkey, in my opinion, that's moist, and I find it...
It's such a shame for you.
I find it bland, but Lorraine has told me that what I should be doing is making sure I've got enough gravy and stuffing and cranberry sauce to... And I'm thinking, well, why have a turkey when you smother it with all these other flavours? I'd much rather have a ham or a steak or something like that. But Lorraine...
Honestly, he's never...
I know I've never had a ham, but I'm just saying I would quite like a ham.
Anyway, I digress. Anyway, just for a bit of fun, I've written down some questions for Jim, so we'll get a wee bit hands on how he thinks. Okay, Jim.
Jim is a ham,
okay.
I think.
Just answer these questions really quickly.
Is this a quick fire round?
Yep. Snow or sun?
Sun.
Snowballs or dough balls?
Snowballs.
Holly or ivy?
Holly.
Prosecco or champagne?
Champagne.
Chestnuts or cashew nuts?
Cashew nuts.
Mince pie or Greg's pie?
Whoa. Mince pie.
Christmas cake or birthday cake?
Birthday cake.
Roses or celebrations?
Roses. That was quite quick. I've got some for you now.
Right then, let's have them.
Right, this is quick fire.
Turkey or ham?
None of that. Right, okay. Christmas crackers or Jacob's crackers?
Christmas crackers.
Mistletoe or a stubbed toe?
Mistletoe.
Snowflakes or cornflakes?
Snowflakes.
Slade or wizard?
Slade.
A Christmas Carol or A Wonderful Life in terms of your films?
No, I like the book A Christmas Carol and the film. A Christmas Carol is my
Carol.
answer.
Dates or Satsumas?
Dates.
Sleigh bells or church bells?
I better say church bells.
Right, okay. Christmas pudding or trifle?
Christmas pudding.
Very good. That wasn't particularly quick, right enough, but there we are.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, have a lovely time, and we'll see you in the new year.
And
God
we're gonna retake this video.
No, we're not. Bye.
Bye.